and getting commercial money for it. I'm both jealous and also it sucks because he's like killing this section of Twitch. Like anyone comes in, you know, they click the first stream and it's just him doing reruns. So it completely negates the chance the rest of us have to like meet new people, or it severely diminishes it. So, Hair of Andra. Columns of water rise up from the pool in front of you, shifting and writhing, whipping air around them in a vortex. Lore. This can only be Andra's hair, appearing before you at a fraction of the size typically reported by mariners, unfortunate enough to encounter them on the high seas.
You have done well to have come so far. I confess I was not certain you would make it, but I do not wish to give false hope. The greater challenge remains in front of you.
Is it a drinking contest?
If only it was something that could be so simple. Running through the core of this rock is a large growth of crystal. You will know it when you see it. A blow to the crystal would reverberate through the walls of this place. Strike it enough and the entire structure would crumble. The iris would be buried. Of course, it would take a person years to cause enough damage.
Years? Intellect, but not with the help of the eyeless.
Then you know what must be done. Strike the crystal with Obidon's hammer. The eyeless will wake and come to its call.
So they'll help
Join
me?
in striking the crystal. They will cluster together and bury themselves. I have realized it is best that they should be ended, for within each of them is a small piece of Obidon himself. Upon their deaths, those fragments and the memories they contain will be safely dispersed. I had not considered the dangers of allowing them to persist, until a watcher appeared at my abbey.
Hey, who says the gods are rigid ideologies?
The ideals remain, only my methods have changed. A single strike upon the crystal will not be enough.
Hurry, Tron, this is her
The iris
hair.
only as long as the hammer rings.
These kraken tentacles are the hairs of this goddess I'm talking to.
You will need to remain until their work is complete, wielding the hammer until the walls come crumbling down.
What? But that would mean...
I swear before you and all other gods that you will pay for this.
I did not mean to deceive, merely to encourage haste and acceptance. The eyeless cannot be reasoned with or fled from. One day not far from now...
They're doing a good job of making me
they
hate
would
this
kill
woman.
You
like,
and
everything
level
is her
the
fault.
field. You have seen what they will do. This is the way you can stop them. And the truth is that you are marked by the eyeless for a reason. It would be better for all if the things you have seen were forgotten.
A tidy ending for the Sea Queen. But we'll write our own, right?
A great sacrifice for a greater good.
Don't just say we're dead, grieving. The watery columns drop all at once back into the pool, sending up a small splash. The pool settles, and looking down into it, you see only the faces of you and your companions, alone and condemned. Okay. Why do I hear footsteps?
Let's see what lies this way.
Nah!
Word.
He's doing the eye. He's gonna get killed by the eye laser, I bet. And it appears that Muck is also taking damage from the laser somehow.
Well,
Come on, really? I've never seen one of these do 2 eye lasers. God, he's gonna go through his entire hit point pool. And dead. We just used 4 lay on hands and he still died.
Crave to feel a feeling.
Well, the Cypher beams log onto a friendly and cook enemies in between. This logs onto an enemy and cooks enemies in between. It's better. It's like the wizard beam, I think. But just the amount of damage it does is just crazy. Also, I thought they used it once and then it would go on cooldown or something. This is the first time I've seen them use it more than one time.
Following your lead.
First level one you didn't take actually locks onto enemy.
Your thoughts must flow deeply indeed.
Huh. Oh well.
Yes.
Still, the damage on it is insane.
Me.
Oh boy. Alright, let's back up a little bit.
Crave to feel a feeling.
Ah! My spleen. He walked up, stared, he died. Actually, wait, his second wind thing should go off this second. Or not, as I've already used it since I last rested.
Not quite.
Something here that works.
Oh my goodness. They are not smart enough to let each other pass. I'm having to do some major juggling just to get people in range.
Word and field unsolved.
Okay, 2 down, 2 to go.
Will be made on unsolved. Shot.
You know what, just because I haven't tried it yet, let's summon the Swamp Spore and just see what it does to these, if it does anything. Yeah, it appears to be doing nothing.
Just have to try something else.
Yeah, it looks like it just says immune when it tries to attack. So I guess its only attack is the mind control thing. Alright, we're down to the last one of this pack.
Words a field unsung.
Do we have any more bandages? I think we're out. Yeah, we're out. Yo, cast the GD Ogre. I've hit so many times. I still, okay. I still not figured out the bug where, like, I'll give someone an order and they don't get hit by crowd control or anything like that, and just the order never happens and they go back to auto-attacking. Because that's happening right now. Like, these ogres right here, their AI is enabled. They're not attacking. Like the first like 60 hours of this game, I encountered no bugs. Now I'm encountering just like 2 or 3, but they keep flaring up.
To whispers and shadows.
Alright, we're down to 1 camping supply now. Hopefully not a lot of more pulls like that. Judging by claw marks and scales around the edges of the pool, you believe it is regularly used by Lagu faith. You see something shimmering in the depths of the frigid, murky water. I'm assuming athletics or constitution. Let's try bleak. You know what? The last time it was a con check. I'll dive in myself. You dive into the water, immediately feel the cold bite into your skin. It's incredibly frigid, rapidly sapping warmth from your body. The water is calm, but a person with a weak constitution would suffer greatly if submerged for more than a few moments. Dive towards the shimmering light. You shrug off the intense cold and dive toward the light glinting in the murky depths of the ice cave. It was Con 17. You quickly recover a cache of Lagu faith treasures, including a variety of coins and a set of surprisingly well-preserved plate greaves. Unfortunately, the disturbance of the horde was noted by a pack of Lagu faith that are swimming over to investigate. Hiding from the Lagu faith will be difficult, but attempting to outswim them would require phenomenal athletic ability. This character does not have good stealth or athletics. Just swim for it. You launch yourself off the bottom of the ice cave and begin to swim toward the surface. Unfortunately, you aren't a strong enough swimmer to escape a band of determined Lagafaith. 2 of them catch up with you and claw at one of your legs. You barely manage to crawl out of the pool with your mangled limbs still intact. Moments later, furious Lagafaith erupt from the pool. Oh wow, they're right in my face. She's paralyzed before the fight even starts? Shit, man. I haven't even done anything yet. Why is she dying so fast? Cleansing Flame. They put the 200 damage fire dot on her. Oof. Alright, what were those greaves that we got? Frathur's plated greaves. Wild sprint, once per rest. 5% armor speed penalty, plus 3 damage reduction to a few small sources. And you probably got a mangled leg. Yeah, twisted ankle and wrenched knee from the water story.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Great.
This isn't working.
It's working. Let's keep trying.
I need something sharp.
I don't think I need to bother backing the tank up this time, because this thing hasn't scratched him yet. I think the stone piercers, the ranged eyeless, they're just not as big a threat to the tank. Again, the new ogres in the back are not swinging. I love fighting them one at a time. It's great. Is that the crystal we got a whale on?
Our path has brought us here at last. A final act of sacrifice awaits.
Alright, quick save. If we're following the story here, we're supposed to die at this point. A ridge overlooks a broad chamber half flooded with lake water. You could crawl down this way, but it looks too steep and slick to climb back up. Alright, let me do a separate save file. Pre-jump in water. Climb down. Oh, she's a beauty.
Wondrous.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. There you go. What? Oh, so they like grabbed people, went under, and then came back over here? Is that what happened? Run. You, come over here. Great, he's already dead.
Sure. I'll get.
The question is, can I kill this thing just by working on tentacles? Oh god, did you really have to move all the way over there for that heal? Badly injured. We're getting it. We are getting it. I wonder if the damage to the tentacles is also done to him. Like if it's a shared health pool.
Were they build and solve?
The ogres aren't fighting. Oh god, again. Their AI's turned on. Ah! Sure.
Following your lead.
No loot? A little bit of XP, I guess.
No
but
problem.
it's pretty disappointing, honestly. Referring to loot, not the boss fight. Boss fight was fine. That was really scary when it like grabbed people, went under, and then emerged somewhere else with those people, and then they were getting rocked. That was scary. I was like, I could very easily see myself wiping right now. Okay. Oh, shoot. I clicked when it was in the middle of quick saving. Hold on. It's trying to catch up. An enormous crystal juts from the wall like a spearhead protruding from a wound. An army of reflections stares back at you from the crystal's perfect facets. It echoes the sound of your footsteps in soft, ringing hums. Someone will have to take up Abaddon's hammer and strike the crystal. Andra warned that whoever does so will be buried in this place with the eyeless. Whom do you choose? If I choose myself... I'm sure, okay, I'm sure this isn't like a Darkest Dungeon thing, because if it just kills you, if it just kills you when if you choose yourself, the game would be over. So maybe I'm thinking that they're just going to get like trapped in a cave-in and they have to fight their way out alone or something. And if it's like that, I'm going to pick myself. You can be destroyed unless High Con or... Okay, so I'll pick myself and see what happens.
Everyone will know what you've done for us. I'll tell everyone I know. Not even the Sea Queen herself could stop me.
Your sacrifice will save many lives.
You have the hammer and swing it at the crystal. A perfect clear tone rings through the air and resonates through your teeth. Seconds later, ripples shiver through the water. Something big is coming. You give the others a final nod. The rest of the party scrambles out of the flooded cavern and flees through the tunnels. You continue hammering at the crystal, each strike magnifying the last. The echoes build into physical tremors. Meanwhile, a heavier rhythm pulses through the cave. Footsteps, dozens of them. The others rounding a corner only to see a line of eyeless advancing. The creatures stagger to the rhythm of the hammer thuds below, yet they crane their necks toward the party, ratcheting their piston arms. Cast Ringleader? That makes no sense. Okay, you know what? Ringleader doesn't work on eyeless. This makes no sense, but sure. Consider who will cast it, Grieving Mother. A pocket of eyeless near the middle of the procession roar and turn on their neighbors. Chaos ripples down the line as eyeless turn toward the commotion. Dodge past. The party sprints past the distracted monsters. This makes no sense. They're immune to mind control. Fortunately, the creatures are too focused on the hammering to give chase. They continue toward the cavern. You maintain a steady tempo on the crystal. Eyeless gather in the cavern, where they batter the walls in time with the hammer's rhythmic blows. The ground shakes, falling rocks and shattering crystals splash to the ground. The party flees through the dark, rumbling corridors. More spellbound eyeless shamble along, but they're too entranced by the swelling cadence to take more than an idle swipe at the party. The tunnel narrows, light filters through ahead. The exit must be around the next bend. But it's clogged with rubble. Meanwhile, the ground drops several feet at once and the tunnel begins rolling on its axis. The distant sound of rushing water echoes from the cavern. Lever the rubble with a pry bar. There must be a weak spot, but it will take a practiced eye to find it. Who will clear the way? Okay, if it's a perception check... Lens. Oh god, it was mechanics. Thank god I picked Lens. I had like 3 people with good perception. She's the only one with high mechanics. Lens notices a loose boulder and wedges the pry bar beneath it. A gentle nudge knocks it loose and sends the rubble rolling away. Delacorte can do it because she can't drown. Oh, that makes sense. The moon shudders again. The party escapes into the ice as another thunderous crash sounds from below. Eyeless continue pouring into the cavern from every visible tunnel and crevice. Your ears ring as the ever-growing cacophony of smashing rock and shattering crystal. Meanwhile, the water level is rising. Skull-splitting crack rends the air and a surge of water knocks you from your feet. The entire cavern rotates, plunging you into a freezing soup of jagged metal, torn flesh, and stone. The others dash across the lake. The ice squeals and crackles, rocking dangerously underfoot. The sinking moon groans. Long fissures race across the ice. Chant blessed was Wengrith, quickest of his tribe. Consider who will cast it, Linz. The words fill the party with vigor. Everyone speeds ahead while the ice cracks harmlessly behind them. At last, everyone reaches the safety of the shore. In the middle of the lake, only the tip of the moon is now visible above the ice. The survivors watch in silence as it sinks into the depths. The world seems to be falling apart in slow motion. You sink into the lake alongside the dark shapes of moon fragments and crushed eyeless. Your limbs ache and your lungs burn. Sparks flicker across your vision. Not sparks. Scales. Legu Faith gather in front of you and you notice something unusual in their iridescent eyes, a spark of uncommon intelligence. You hear a whisper in your mind. You freed us from our prison in Durgan's battery. Consider our debt repaid. The Legu Faith, possessed by the spirits of Mehrunes and some of the other Pargrunen, swim and rush you to the surface. Oh my god, it's the dead dwarves! The dead dwarf spirits possessed the Legu Faith and they're carrying me. At last you reach the shallows. You punch through a thin crust of ice and crawl ashore, trembling but alive. No constitution check required, Russo. Just had to throw some dead dwarves at the problem. Yes, sirree, Bob. And then we die of hypothermia. Okay, do I immediately get reunited with my party, or is it going to take a while longer? There we go. You stand at the edge of the lake. The bobbing of the ice and the rippling of the water surface slows until you're looking at a moment frozen in time. When the world begins moving once more, it moves in reverse. The surface of the water churns and roils like it's about to spew something up, and it does. The fragment of Ioni Brathir rises unbroken. Ice reforms across the surface of the lake, spreading in a long freezing fingers. Eyeless file out of the moon fragment and onto the ice. They wind around the moon in an ever-widening spiral. They stop as the head of their line reaches you. They speak in a single voice. They speak in a single voice that resonates with grinding metal and hissing steam.
We shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion?
Are you serious? You would have destroyed Caed Nua, Durgan's battery, and more. Their protest is as sharp as squealing metal.
Blasphemy! These are jewels of civilization. They are sacred. We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations?
Andra changed you from preserver to destroyer. The eyeless are still, but you hear their gears whir as their collective spirit ponders this.
Then we were betrayed.
You know what? I don't like Andra. Yeah, you were transformed against your will.
And we were made to betray something we cherish.
You feel their bitter agony like a hammer strike. The legacy of the Engwithans?
The bedrock of civilization.
Suddenly, they attack the ice beneath them, slicing and shattering it with mighty swings from their iron arms. And where the ice breaks, ancient towers rise, blotting out the blue sky and white peaks. What is this?
Each culture builds on the bones of the last. Yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them. Like a mason who builds a listing tower.
The remaining ice sheet cracks and groans.
What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
You hear the strain of crumbling stone in the voice of the eyeless.
Or college. Now I have divine counsel in my favor, and I can hardly present it as evidence. How frustrating.
Wait, so am I reunited with the party? I thought I was alone right now. Perception. The betrayal of memory upsets you greatly.
It is accepting a gift only to spit in the face of the giver. Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice.
You feel these words and the anger behind them in your bones. Yeah, Varuso, I'm assuming I'm singing Dragon Thrashed right now.